Hello everyone, welcome. I'm really happy you're here. My name's Anna and I'm here today to talk a little bit about the current energies and how they might be affecting you. So if you've been feeling some confusion or the energy of a big shift taking place, a lot of changes, it feels like they're happening quite rapidly internally, but perhaps you've not seen them manifest in the physical world yet. You're definitely not alone, because this can be a time of big shifts and transitions taking place, and there's almost a feeling of like not being clear where it's leading, or not really knowing where you're going perhaps, and that can lead to confusion. And also the fact that perhaps you've not seen the manifestation of these things, these shifts yet in your life, but you feel them. You can feel there's such big shifts happening, and it's kind of unclear at the moment where that's actually going to lead you. But the thing is that when we feel big shifts like this and we're not seeing them yet, it's things happening energetically for us. So perhaps we're clearing out past emotions and experiences and things that have been lingering within us that no longer need to be there and that we've worked through. So the process of clearing all of these out can feel like lots of things are leaving your life, and there's sort of a space being created for something new to be brought in, or many new things. So when we're clearing out past energy that no longer needs to be there, it's always going to lead us to something better, because we're like cleansing out in a world, releasing things that feel heavy, letting go of attachments that we no longer feel aligned with. And a lot of this could be happening subconsciously also. So we're maybe not consciously aware of all of the processes taking place, but we just have this feeling of, wow, something big is happening, something big is coming. And it probably feels like something big is coming in the future, because if we feel like, wow, something big is changing, but I don't know what it is and I can't tangibly see or feel it, then we often project that into the future and think, oh, well, something big is coming in the future because I don't know what it is. It's not here yet. But this is just a reminder that actually the big shifts and changes are here now. It's just happening internally. And you may feel that in many ways, such as feeling lighter in your body and mind. This is in general, because of course we all have ups and downs, and there'll be moments that are challenging as always, but you might feel a general sense of lightness, or that you've been able to let some things go, even if you don't consciously know what these are. And you may also feel a restlessness. The restlessness comes from so much shifting energetically that you almost feel like a different person, or that you've just let go of so many things that were holding you back, that you're kind of restless because you're already embodying a lot of the new energies of this version of you that has let the heaviness go and stepping more into your true self, connecting more to your inner self and source within. And maybe it feels like a process of waiting for the physical to catch up with you, almost. Like you've made so many changes inside. Perhaps you've been working through certain patterns that you've had that you feel have kept you from reaching your full potential, or limiting belief sets, past experiences. Whatever it is that you feel has been holding you back in some way, you've been working through this actually quite rapidly, but it's sort of happening beneath the surface, and you can feel all of these changes. There's such a flow of energy. It's kind of moving through your body, through your energy field. You're ready to embody this new life you've sort of created for yourself. Perhaps you have certain goals, dreams, ambitions. Maybe you visualize what you want to create, or if not consciously, your intentions as a soul of where you want to go. You're ready for this next level. It's like a leveling up. and upgrading that's taking place. But you feel this sort of disconnect almost. It's not really a disconnect, but it's hard to put it into words. It's sort of like, perhaps dissonance is more the right word. It's kind of like you feel all of these shifts, but you kind of feel this sense of, why is my outer world not fully reflecting all of these inner changes yet? So it's like the dissonance between the internal, the emotional, the energetic, and the physical world. But this is a lesson in patience. Now, I know that can be difficult for quite a lot of us, especially in the modern age where we're used to instant gratification through things like social media and very short videos, and the way these are designed to be addictive, and everything being at the tip of our fingertips all the time. But patience is so important because it's also quite linked to gratitude, being grateful for where we are in this moment, and also for everything it's taken to reach this point. So I feel like this is leading into another set of messages that were coming through, which is about being grateful and taking time to practice gratitude. And it doesn't mean that it takes away from any of the feelings that we've discussed before, the confusion and restlessness, and also there's a feeling of irritation. I feel like it can be easy at this time to feel irritated, and you might be questioning, why do I feel so irritated? I feel like I'm almost taking a step backwards because perhaps you're used to feeling more peaceful inside and quite content, and the feelings of irritation might be quite strong, and it's sort of this frustration, irritation, restlessness that things are not happening right now, or that it's just confusing and you're not sure where it's going. You might feel angry that certain things are not here in your life yet, and all of these are perfectly normal and human. But the reminder is just to take some time to think about everything that you've been through, everything that's happened, everything you've done, all the work you've put in to get to where you are right now, and really how amazing you are, and to be grateful for everything that you've done for yourself and for all those people that have supported you along your path and continue to support you today. And this gratitude can really boost your mood and also help to even make this process of manifesting all of these energetic and emotional changes in the physical world quicker. First of all, we perceive it as quicker because, if you stand and wait around for something and you're feeling annoyed that it's taking a long time, of course time feels like it passes slower and it feels like it takes longer for that thing to arrive or to happen. But if we are enjoying each moment and living in the present here and now, really experiencing what it's like to be here right now, then time will pass much faster, especially if we are finding the joy in small things each day, taking time to practice gratitude. And that can be different for everyone. Perhaps you like to write down a few things you're grateful for each day, or you might like to practice with affirmations where you can say positive gratitude affirmations to yourself, perhaps each morning and evening, or one of the two. Or you might like to just simply think about all of the things you're grateful for, the people in your life, the opportunities you have, and definitely the reflection on the past and where you've come from. I feel like this is really important right now because it can be easy to lose a sense of this and to sort of get lost in the fact that everything's not here and now. But this can mean we sort of lose a sense of perspective and get lost in heavier emotions and energies such as confusion and irritation that we've discussed before. So actually gratitude is very powerful, and don't forget to be grateful for yourself, because I feel like often gratitude is talked about in terms of everything around us externally that we're grateful for, which is also amazing, and we can definitely take time to be grateful for all of those things. But we should also be grateful for ourselves, because there's so much that you've been through, and you are the only person who's been there for absolutely everything in your life, every single moment. And that is a beautiful thing. You've got yourself to where you are right now. And of course, we've had support from people around us. Most of us have, and we can be grateful for that. And for the opportunities we've been presented with. But a lot of the time we've had to work hard for those things, and especially if you're on a path of healing your inner world and stepping more into your authentic self. If you've been working on yourself for a long time, I feel like many people who will be listening to this will have been on a path of inner exploration and self-healing for many years actually. So all of that work you've done is amazing, and you should be really proud of yourself and celebrate all your successes and wins, and looking forward to everything that lays ahead is going to really help you at this time. We can be excited for what's to come, for all the magic and miracles that are going to enter our lives and that are entering our lives right now. And some things that can help day to day are actually cleaning, decluttering, or organising your space, so your physical space around you. This is where we are waiting for things to manifest. Not waiting, but we are anticipating, we know that it's coming. So actually clearing your space can really help, because the feelings that we have of irritation that things are not sort of changing around us as fast as we want them to, we can help ourselves feel a bit more concordant, if that's the word. So feel a bit more like all of these changes that are happening internally, something is happening externally that reflects that in some way. So if we're changing our physical space around us, it can help, because we feel like, oh, now I see like all of the stuff that was happening inside. There's something in the physical world that matches that, because it can feel very confusing when so much is happening internally and then nothing is happening externally, nothing is changing. This is what creates a lot of this sort of tension there. And as we're in the process of all of these changes unfolding around us in the external, we can take some time to see what of our physical possessions we can perhaps let go of. Maybe we want to reorganize a little bit of our space. This doesn't have to be massive. It can be if you want to change, a whole room around if you want to, but I'm really talking more about letting go of certain possessions that you maybe no longer resonate with, you don't feel like you need anymore, that you could give to someone or donate or sell, however you prefer to declutter. But some sort of cleaning of the space around you can really help, more in terms of how you feel emotionally, mentally, psychologically. It can really just give this sort of freshness, and it also helps to then allow this new energy to come in, because we're sort of clearing anything that no longer needs to be there, as we've been doing emotionally. Also, if you enjoy cleaning, this can be an enjoyable process. Now, of course, you don't necessarily have to do this. It's just something that you might feel could help you. Of course, check with your own intuition. Do you feel drawn to do that or not? If not, then maybe that's not the right thing for you right now, and that's perfectly okay. It's just one suggestion. And another thing is to break down goals, ambitions you have, ideas and dreams you have into small, achievable tasks. Because when there are big shifts taking place in a time of transition, it can feel overwhelming very easily, and you might have all of these grand ideas, which is amazing. We love having ambitions, and it can really drive you forward and give you motivation, and you maybe feel like there's something that you are here to do and you really want to dedicate your time, energy and attention to that thing. But as it becomes overwhelming, it's easier to procrastinate and feel like you don't even know where to start. And all of these feelings are really normal. Many people feel like they don't know where to start, and it sort of puts them off ever doing it. But one thing that can really help with this is breaking down these goals into manageable daily or weekly, fortnightly, whatever works for you, tasks that you can easily tick off from a list and be like, yes, I've done this, step 1, step 2, etc. And it may just be, even if it's not a certain project you're working on, it could just be the daily task that you need to do that may be feeling overwhelming at the moment. But focusing on day to day, one day at a time, small tasks you can do, small goals you can achieve each day or week will really help, because it's sort of building momentum. It's also allowing you to be able to complete tasks and tick them off, whether it's you've actually got a written list or just in your mind or on a laptop, etc. Then you are building also your own self-esteem in a way, because you are showing yourself that you can achieve these things, that you're doing it, and it sort of helps to beat this procrastination and feeling of overwhelm. So yes, if you can find one thing to focus on, this is also another thing, just focus on one thing at a time. Of course it can be difficult if you have lots of things you want to achieve, but if you just take the time to focus on one and think about how to break that down day to day, then I think this could really, really help. And I would just like to pull a couple of cards. I feel like it would be helpful to get a little bit of guidance and perhaps any last messages that are going to come through. So I'm using the Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. I've always been very drawn to the sea, so I feel like these cards are quite powerful, and they just have short messages on them, so let's see what we get. Okay, so the first card that I've pulled is Enough. May you be exactly as you are. Wow, that is really resonant with what we were just talking about being grateful for who you are, everything you've been through, and everything you've done for yourself. Also how you've helped those people around you and how they've helped you too. But underlying all of this is really, as the card says, cultivating a sense of feeling enough, that you don't need to be or do more to feel worthy. You are worthy exactly as you are right now. Oh, that's a beautiful message. And the picture on the card is like an island in the middle of the sea, and it's just there on its own. You can see the sand around it and the trees, and it just seems content to be there. Nature as grounded as ever. Trees stood there strong and tall, and not trying to change anything, not trying to be anywhere, just there exactly where they are, and content with that. That's a beautiful message. And then the next card I have is Balance. May you find equilibrium in motion. Wow, this is also very resonant actually, because we've just been talking about big changes and shifts taking place, and the sort of confusion and perhaps tension that comes up with that, which can be this feeling of imbalance. So the message, may you find equilibrium in motion, is really powerful actually, because this is teaching us, as we talked about patience, to be able to cultivate this sense of balance, inner balance and peacefulness, even when things are changing a lot, or we feel like the energy is moving really fast, things are happening, changing, even if it's internal, finding this sense of peace in the moment despite all of this movement that's happening. As it says, equilibrium in motion, so the motion is all of the things that are changing, things that are shifting internally, things we're letting go of, and the new version of ourselves we're stepping into, which is, in a way we're doing this every day. We always have the chance to be a new version of ourselves, and it can be even just subconsciously. So I hope for each one of us we can find this sense of balance within and find our sense of peace, even when things are shifting and we're not quite sure where all the puzzle pieces will land, but we trust and we know that it's taking us to a place that's beautiful and where our dreams are becoming reality, and we're seeing all of these things that we've worked towards and we've wanted to manifest into our lives. So I'd really like to just thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I hope you found some of these messages that have resonated with you and that you found them useful and helpful in some way. Thank you for being here, and I would like to wish you a wonderful day. Take care, and I will hopefully see you next time. Sending you lots of love and light.